Assalamu alaikum, and I am Dr. Rasul Sharif, and welcome you back into the story of the Middle East and the Arab people in part two. Let me remind you, I hope that you have enjoyed watching my first 6 episodes about the ancient history of the Middle East, the Sumerians, the Babylonians, and etc. And I hope you did that. If you didn't, you can go back and watch them again. Now let's carry on. In part two, I'll be talking about the Arabs and we move on. So episode 7 is about the Arabs. Who are the Arabs? The major inhabitants of the Middle East and the first people to embrace Islam, and they change history. So who are they? So who are the Arabs? You come to Dubai, you go to Damascus, you go to Cairo, you go to Morocco, you go to Algeria, you come here to the Arabian Gulf and you can see businessmen wearing what they call bisht and women wearing abaya. You go to Palestine, people are wearing Western clothes, some are covered, and some are wearing very liberal clothes. You hear about camels, some are covered their hair, and so on. So these people are wearing different costumes, different clothes, but they are all Arabs and they speak Arabic, and the great majority are Muslims. So who are the Arabs? Where they came from? Yes, let's look at the location of the Arab world. It's half of these countries are in Asia and almost half in Africa. Right, so about 10 countries here, 12 countries here. This part, we call it Gulf Arabia. Okay, the Arabic Gulf, we have the lands between the two rivers, Iraq, and here in the middle we have the Levant, the Orient, Al-Mashriq, and this is all North Africa, all North Africa. But countries Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Mauritania, we call them Maghreb, which means the western part of the Arab world. Here are some facts about the Arab world if you haven't known much about them. There are 22 countries, around 400 million, less than 400. The area is 12.9 million square kilometers, which is larger than Europe or Canada or China, so it's a big area. The Arab world is also home to Assyrians, other minorities, ethnic groups, Armenians, Kurds, Circassians, Turkish, especially in Jordan. The main religion is Islam, the vast majority, with a minority of Christians and a small minority of Jews, but those, most of them migrated to Israel when it was created in 1948. But I remind you, the Middle East is the birthplace of these three religions. Anyway, why am I talking about the Arabs? Because they are the main inhabitants, main dwellers of the Middle East, and they speak Arabic. I will not talk about the history of Arabic at the moment. There will be a special story about the history of the languages which you like. So the origins of the Arabs. Let's go back to Adam and then down to his son Noah, his descendant, Noah and his ship, if you remember, when God ordered him to build a ship and escape because God destroyed his people. He destroyed Noah's people because they rejected him. They were bad people, evil, and he destroyed them. So Noah, and nowadays or recently, it's believed his ship anchored here somewhere in Turkey on Ararat mountain. In the Quran, everybody, the whole family of Noah escaped. One of his sons who refused to go on the ship and he drowned. So Noah, so as I said, after the flood, Noah and his followers escaped death and survived. And this is his genealogy, as you remember. So except from that, his son number 4, Yam, he perished. He died in the flood. So Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Japheth, and Shem, and we call him Sam in Arabic. We call him Sam in Arabic. We talk about Semitic languages and Semitic race. So you can see their descendants, and we look at Shem in Asia, and his descendants up to Terah, the father, and then Ibrahim, the father of prophets, who later gave birth to two sons. To make my story clearer to you about the origins of the Arabs, here is genealogy in Arabic. So this is Adam, and we go down to Sam, Shem, as I mentioned, Sam, and we look at his descendants. There will be details, of course, later. So one of his descendants is Qahtan, the Arabs. It's believed by historians that he spoke Arabic. So he became the forefather of the Arabs, the pure Arabs. Then from Sam, we go to Ibrahim. Abraham, as I mentioned, the father of prophets. He was the father of Isaac and Ishmael, the two sons. Isaac started the Jewish race and carry on down. But Ishmael, who met Jurhum, we'll explain more later, there are more details, and learned Arabic. One of his descendants, Adnan, became like the ancestor of the what's so-called Arabized Arab. Those people who learned Arabic came from south, north, all these tribes and other people, they just learned Arabic. So they became known as the Arabized Arab. There will be details in the story about the Arabs, the Arabized Arab, three different kinds of Arab. Then our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is a descendant of Adnan, and he is an Arabized Arab. That's historians, most religious people agree that Muhammad is an Arabized Arab. I am an Arabized Arab because I came from the north, from the Levant. So all of us are Arabized Arabs at the moment, except Qahtan. So historians agree on Arab's origin. Say, here are two kinds of Arabs. The Qahtanite, the Qahtans, the pure Arabs. So the term Qahtanite and Qahtani refers to Arabs who originated from the southern region of the Arabian Peninsula, especially from Yemen. And among Qahtan descendants was Jurhum. Keep this name in your head. It's a very important tribe because which Ismail met. He met these people and they taught him Arabic, and then his descendants, Ismail descendant, became known Adnanite as Adnan, one of his descendants, and those they became known as Arabized Arabs because they learned Arabic. They did not speak Arabic before. They learned it from Jurhum, from Qahtanite, the Qahtan, Al-Qahtaniyun. This is the family tree of Qahtan. It's very complex, but here Yarub, Qahtan's son, is considered the forefather of the Arabs, Al-Arab al-Ariba, the Arabs, pure Arabs. Yarub as the grandson of Hud, biblical name Eber, son of Qahtan, biblical Joktan. And Qahtan, the ancestor of Himyarid kingdom of Yemen. You know, you heard me talking about Sheba kingdom. They established Saba in Yemen, the kingdom of Saba, which was a very rich kingdom. And I just mentioned Adnan. This is Arabic family tree of Adnan, the descendant of Ishmael. And we go down to this Quraysh ruling Mecca, and this tribe ruled for a long time, and our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is from this tribe, Quraysh. So I would say how they play a major role in our history. Now the word Arab, where did it come from, this word Arab? According to my resources, the first actual use of the word Arab in history is to be found in a Syrian inscription on something of 853 BC, before Christ, commemorating the defeat of a mutinous chieftain called Gindibu the Arabi. So this is the first time with the word Arabi, Arab. In Genesis, further account of the Arabs comes in the 10th chapter of Genesis of the Old Testament, which names the descendant of Noah, whose elder Shem is regarded as the ancestor of Hebrews, Arabs, and Arameans, the speakers of Semitic languages. Arabic and Hebrews are Semitic, and Aramaic are Semitic languages. We say Semitic because we belong to Sam, Shem, if you remember. The another source claims that ancient Egyptians refer to Arabs, which means that they looked left and they saw the sun and they say direction of this, they call it Arabs, and where the sun rises. In Semitic languages, it means nomadic life, but in Hebrew, very interesting, it means anarchy or chaos. That's interesting. Now, my friends, this is the end of episode 7. I don't want to go more. I want you now to relax, take a break, and go to continue watching episode 8 while I'm continue telling you the story of the Arabs. It's a bit complex, but I hope you enjoy it. Please tell your family, friends. If you didn't enjoy, don't tell anyone, all right? Bye. See you next.